At the AKC Fetch novice level, it's a handler's choice if they want to throw a bumper, a ball or equivalent, which could be like a chuck it or something, or a toy like a wubba. There are 4 obstacles. At least 3 of them must be boxes. The boxes can be either cardboard or plastic, and they're going to be 14 inches tall or higher. The 4th obstacle may be a box, or it may be something fun like a yard ornament or lawn chair. The obstacles are set at 30 feet from where the handler will be tossing the toy for the retrieve. There are 3 retrieves for the novice level: center, left, and right. It's the handler's choice which direction they want to first throw at. It's also the handler's choice which order they throw those retrieves. I need to throw the dummy past the obstacles. The obstacles are set at 30 feet. And again, I can throw them in whatever order I want. My dog has to be under control while I throw. But at the novice level, I'm allowed to hold her collar. She cannot leave until the dummy drops. Stay. Take it. Give. Do this. Good girl. So she would have passed that first retrieve. She went the first time I told her to. If she didn't go the first time I told her to retrieve, the handler is allowed to repeat the command, and they can repeat that command twice in the test. Not twice per throw, but twice in the test. So she went the first time, she went directly to the bumper, picked it up, came right back to me. At the novice level, they must come within 3 feet, which is approximately 2 steps. So since Dash came in all the way and she was under control and she released it to me, then we pass that direction. My second throw is going to be off to the right, and I'm going to go ahead and face the direction I'm throwing. Again, my dog needs to stay until it lands. At the novice level, I'm allowed to hold her collar. Stay. Take it. She's going directly to the bumper. She sat. Give. She released it. Do this. Good girly. So that was her second successful retrieve. Our third throw is going to be off to the left. Again, I can face the direction I'm throwing. I can hold my dog's collar. Stay. Take it. Good. She sat directly in front of me. Give. Do this. Good girl. She's under control. She's done everything I asked. Good girl. Dash performed all 3 retrieves. She was under control the entire time. She waited until I threw it, which again, at the novice level, I'm allowed to hold her collar. She came back to me within 2 steps. She released it when I asked her to, and she stayed under control while we were on the testing field. Let's go ahead and look at the novice check sheet that the judge has while your dog is performing the novice retrieves. As you see, there are 3 areas on the check sheet where the dog can pass or fail. The first one is the dog is under control at the start line. Again, the dog either can stay under its own power, or the handler is allowed to hold the collar until the retrieved object hits the ground. The second item in the checklist are the 3 retrieves, and for each retrieve, the judge checks whether or not the dog passes when it goes to the ball. It must go directly to the ball. If it stops and sniffs at one of the obstacles or something at the ground, it needs to immediately recover. It can't linger, it can't go off task. The dog needs to be able to pick up the ball or the retrieved object fairly quickly, and then the dog must return within 3 feet within 2 steps. The dog must pass all 3 for each of the 3 throws in order to pass the test. And then the third part of the checkoff list is if the dog doesn't qualify, why doesn't the dog qualify? Well, the faults that would cause the dog to not qualify would be the dog runs off the course. Now, if the ball or the bumper bounces off the course and there's no fence to impede the dog, as long as it's not too far off course, the judge will allow the dog to retrieve it. But if the dog runs off the course on its own, then the dog is off task and it's no longer retrieving. If the dog urinates or defecates on the course, so that's also the equivalent of the dog fouling the ring in obedience, rally, or agility. And then if the dog refuses to retrieve the ball, so maybe it ran to it but didn't pick it up, or if it picked it up, didn't bring it back, maybe dropped it, maybe came back without it. And then there's other could be the dog is just highly distracted. The dog may be aggressive or reactive to the judge or to the helpers on the course. So that's up to the judge's discretion, and it's basically comes down to, is the dog on task and working, or is the dog not on task and not working? After your dog performs the 3 retrieves, then the judge will either say, I'm sorry, your dog didn't pass, and the judge will tell you why, or else the judge will say, congratulations, you passed. He'll sign off on the checklist and hand it to you. Once you get checklists from 2 different judges, and a club or host could have 2 trials in a day, so there is the potential for getting a title in one day. But once you have a checklist from 2 different judges, then you send it into AKC so you can receive your title. Take it. Give.